Welcome everybody to the Five Kings Motorsports YouTube channel. I'm your host tonight, Tanner Marr. Gonna be doing a little bare bones broadcast for these boys out here doing a little fun run in the super late models at Nashville Fairgrounds. This is my home track. I would love to be out there racing with the boys, but instead we're up in the booth. We got $25 going out to the winner tonight. Not a huge field, but a good looking field nonetheless. Got some good stout drivers in here. Got some Five Kings Motorsports drivers out here. So we look forward to be a pretty good night of racing. Hopefully, if all else fails, maybe we'll give you some good entertainment from up in the booth. Because I'm by no means, no way am I a broadcaster. I help other people. I call the races as a co-commentator normally. So when I come over here and do it myself, I don't have a triple screen set up. I'm just on a curve monitor. So I don't have all the fancy bells and whistles as far as a ticker and whatnot and all that. But I do have a voice and I do have a capability to stream. So that's what we're going to do. See Keith Mack in the 55 machine just puts it up against the wall. You got Kenny McKenzie, Frank Filomeno, Thomas Axum. That'll be one of the guys to watch right there. Thomas Axum at 13 machine. Seems like anywhere and everywhere he goes, if he puts a race car out on that track and he's behind the wheel, he's going to be a driver to watch for. Same goes for Christian Pittman, Joshua Sexton. I mean, those guys, they're really fast, but they're also really, really fast when it comes to these short track racing. Right now, I'm up in the team chat with Christian Pittman, Joshua Sexton, and Keith Mack. I'm going to stick in here with them in their Discord until they go to qualify. And then once they go to qualify, I'm going to move myself up into the broadcast booth and try to call this action that these boys lay out for me. Christian, how you like your chances from winning $25 tonight? Awesome. Josh. Okay, nobody wants to talk to me. Great.
I got you.
Keith, we'll come to you since those two got gunshot on me. Keith, how you like your chances going in tonight?
So my goal is always, if you're hanging around the end, you have a chance to win it. So it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. I don't try and plan to beat Christian and Josh up early, but I plan to be there at the end and meet them at the end. And then we'll see what happens.
Well, you know what they say, to finish first you got to finish. So that's not a bad motto to have, Keith. Keith, what I need you to do, I need you to go look at the stream and check the audio sounds on our YouTube page, please. If you could. That way, I know how we're all sounding. Christian, are you back yet? You on the mic?
Yeah, I'm here.
So you're currently your second fastest of the guys are still in here. How you like your chances tonight?
I'm pretty excited. I know Thomas is going to be really quick tonight, so he's my number one concern right now to be able to beat him. But coming off the championship in the super late model, my chances are feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good. Joshua Sexton, you went second on the board as far as points. How you liking your chances? All right, Joshua Sexton still don't want to talk, so that's the beauty of going live, folks. We are about 4 or 5 minutes or so from these boys taking out and going to qualifying. The track tonight, they're at 81 degrees, so what that means is the track's not super hot, but it does have a sun that's on it. And when this track gets hot, it gets greasy, it gets a little slick, so I look for drivers to be manning that and having to fight through that all night tonight. As you see, we're going to jump on the cockpit with old Frank right here. You see, he's trying to cut that low line. He brings it out, he has a car on his outside, and you just can't put the power down. You can't put the power down, because if you do, you're going to be up into the wall like what you see right there now. So, it's going to be a tough night for a lot of these drivers. But Fairgrounds is a great track, and I'm sure they'll figure it out. I would see Christian Pittman in the 14. Let's get some face time by looping it into the wall. Alright, drivers, I'm going to mute myself one more time. Hold on. While we're waiting with a break in the action, before we're waiting for qualifying to start, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. McConey Setup Shop, Jeff McConey over at McConeySetupShop.com. They are the leader in all your setup needs when it comes to iRacing. Any type of open official racing or league racing, they can do custom setups. McConey Setup Shop is your one-stop shop for all your racing setup needs. You can use promo code 5Kings at checkout, and that's going to give you a 10% off discount from your entire purchase at McConey Setup Shop. And that's unlimited use. You can use it whenever you want to. Then we got to thank MF Racing Designs. That's Michael Falk over on Facebook. But if you search MF Racing Designs on Facebook, send him a message, tell him we sent you. He'll get you a good discount on a beautiful paint scheme. Let's see if we can find a couple of his paint schemes out here. So, Joshua Sexton, any car that you see with that big MF on the front of it, that big MF Racing Designs, if it don't have that, then you're behind the game as far as paint schemes goes. Because this man, he puts together some beautiful works of art. Makes you not even want to go out here and destroy them because they're that pretty. So there's the one he made for Joshua Sexton. Let's check out the one he made for myself. The McConey Setup Shop ride. I love that car. It's a beautiful car. Butt kicker. And then we got to thank thebuttkicker.com. I mean, you ever thought about force feedback for your butt? That's thebuttkicker.com. Use promo code 5Kings again. That's going to get you 20% off your entire order. That's also another unlimited use. 20% off. I mean, that's a huge discounted price right there for some great sim racing equipment. Then we got Raise Energy. I mean, that speaks for itself. Energy drinks. So you got your setups. You got your car looking good. You don't want to get sleepy. Raise Energy. Promo code 5Kings again. Get you 10% off your entire order. I mean, all our sponsors, we couldn't do none of this without all our sponsors. So you got thebuttkicker.com, McConeySetupShop.com, MF Racing Designs, Raise Energy, and then we brought on a new apparel company called Savage Edge. Look up Savage Edge on Facebook. They are going to be the Teespring. I don't know if you ever heard of Teespring, a t-shirt shop. They are going to be the Teespring of iRacing teams. Mark my words on that. We'll rewind this back to July 5th at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time, and you'll remember me saying Savage Edge will be the leader of the t-shirt game as far as sim racing and stuff goes, but their reach is way more than sim racing. And then last but not least, FB's Button Box on Facebook. Get you a good button box, 32 functions. He can make you any and everything as far as a button box is concerned. And then we'll just throw a shout out to BAM Racing Videos over on YouTube as well. BAM Racing Videos, it's Brandon Mettler. He's on our race team, 5Kings Motorsports. And he travels around to all these local short tracks. Grassroots racing at its finest. He goes to dirt tracks. He goes to asphalt tracks. If you love real life racing as much as you love sim racing, then I promise you, BAM Racing Videos is the place for you. I mean, you can spend countless hours sitting there watching his videos. But, I mean, without all them that we just mentioned, it's like 6 sponsors that 5Kings Motorsports has. Without all of them, none of this would be possible. None of it. So, we got to thank the sponsors and thank them for entrusting us to carry their logo.
Say what?
Alright, Josh, since you're back, how you liking your chances tonight?
I don't.
You don't?
I suck. Yeah, I suck here.
Why? Well, no, you don't.
I'm not elite here. I'm hoping to get a top 5.
So there you go. You get a Joshua Sexton, hoping to get a top 5. I'm going to wish these drivers luck. I'm going to move myself up. And then I'm going to take a brief intermission while we wait for these boys to qualify. And then we're going to get this show on the road. So drivers, Christian, Joshua, Keith, good luck. If y'all get wrecked out, want to come join me up in the broadcast booth, just jump up there with me. And we'll get your sound right and everything. And we'll call the race. Alright guys, bear with me for about 2 minutes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get me something to drink. And then I'm going to be back. And we're going to fast forward this. And we're going to get the show on the road. Don't forget, $25 to the winner tonight. That's, I mean, that's a good haul for just getting on here and sim racing. You know, you're gonna come here, you're gonna do it anyways. Why not get paid to do it? So give me
I
about
got a black blue.
2 minutes to get my ducks in a row. We're gonna advance this session as soon as they get done qualifying, and then we'll have the show on the road. So we're gonna go back to the starting soon screen, and then we will be right back.
Race. Tonight's race is 150 laps. You have no tire changes, so you need to conserve your tires. You're going to need to last for 150 laps. get one batch repair. We do not have live race control, so we will not be clearing any black flags. Please remember that. No clearing of any black flags, no waiver rounds. Everything will be done through iRacing, including cautions.
Alrighty, we are
Anybody
back.
that wants to look into our league, this is just fun run.
Let's let
race.
Josh finish up
You can
his
search up Crooked Line Racing on Facebook. Send us a
recruitment
message.
talk real quick.
Got a season coming up here pretty soon, plus we race modifieds as well. And also remember tonight's winner, you get $25 from 5 Kings Motorsports.
Alrighty. Now, guys, I will apologize. First and foremost, this is not a professional broadcast, like I've done said. I just get on here and I do this for fun, but I do this because there's a lot of people out here, a lot of racers that
No tires, boys. Make sure you're staying a little bit.
they like to
150 is
have
a
their
long time
family
without
and
tires.
whatnot watch these races. So I
Tell
figured
me what to do.
instead of getting out here and racing myself, because like I said, this is my home track. I love this track.
Kill it,
This is by far my most favorite track. But I would much rather bring enjoyment to a big group of people than just enjoyment to myself. As you hear Thomas Axel, he's letting them know, you got no extra sets of tires tonight. This is going to be like a real super late model race in real life. No extra set of tires. So you can't just go out here and hot dog them and abuse your tires, because this is a 150 lap race. Nashville, it's a very abrasive surface. So, I mean, you just got to, you got to almost think, let's be slow in the beginning to be fast at the end when it really counts. But let's turn these drivers down one more time so we're not talking over each other. And let's go to the grid. Thomas Axum, put that number 13 machine on pole with an 18.229. That's a really, really fast lap around Nashville. Then we got 5 Kings Motorsports driver himself, Christian Pittman, starting P2 with Joshua Sexton rounding it out P3. 5 Kings Motorsports driver starting second and third. That's the drivers to watch for, especially with $25 on the line. Will teammates be friendly or will teammates become frenemies? $25 is not a lot of money, but it's a lot of money whenever you wasn't expecting it. Then we got Michael Murray. He put that 48 machine in P4. Kenny McKenzie, he'll be rolling off P6 with Jason Raymond. Excuse me, I skipped him. Jason Raymond in that beautiful 44 machine. He'll be rounding out the top 5. Keith Mack, Carson Lofton, Brian Blake. That's your 7th, 8th, and 9th qualifiers respectively. Gus Moody, Nathan Smith, Bill Petroff, Patrick, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, or Frank. That's 12th, 13th, and 14th right there. So, 14 cars out here. We know how these hosted races go. They tend to get a little messy at the start of the race, and then they clean themselves out. But I'm really hoping, with the lights already off on this pace car, I'm hoping these drivers can rein it in and get out here and just click off some laps. Man, that 13 machine's pretty with Thomas Axum right there. That pace car's going to lead them around one more time. So, if you're in the cockpit right now, this is what you're seeing. If you're Thomas Axum, you see that pace car up there. You're waiting for that pace car to make that hard left turn. And when it does, it's loud pedal engaged after that. If there's any viewers out there watching right now, tell me who you got. Who do you pick to bring home the $25 tonight? I think I'm going to have to go with a non-5 Kings Motorsports driver, and that hurts me to do that. But I'll be watching the chat, and we'll see. But for myself, I'm going to pick Thomas Axum at 13 machine. Let's go to TV1. Let's try to keep up with the action. And remember, folks, 5 Kings Motorsports. Check us out on Facebook. As we see Thomas Axum, he's going to make them wait. You got to wait for the green flag. You got to get in the restart zone. Thomas Axum gets a good jump, and Joshua Sexton looks like he spun his tires a little bit, but Axum's not worried about that. He's able to clear the 14 machine of Christian Pittman, and he's going to lead him down that backstretch one time. As you see more double file action going on towards the back of the pack, Christian Pittman's going to follow in right behind Thomas Axel and try to stay in his tracks. You'll notice many different racing lines tonight. So you see that 44 machine of Jason Raymond. He's on the bottom, and that's hard to make that bottom stick right there, guys. You don't get a lot of chance to put the power down when you're on the bottom like that. When there's a guy on the outside squeezing you down, it's really tough. But they're 2x2 right now as they're fighting to try to get past that 48 or up to that 48. And I do apologize. Ooh, as we see that 19 machine actually kick it loose a little bit. That's going to allow Jason Raymond to get by that 19 machine of Carson Lofton. I know it says Brian, but his real name's Carson. So Jason Raymond able to capitalize on that early mistake by that 19 machine. And now I will apologize, guys. I live in Kentucky, so not only am I a redneck, I have a little bit of a southern twang, but I am facing allergies right now. So if you hear me sniffle a lot, I apologize for that. As we see Jason Raymond getting pressured by Carson Lofton behind him, and then in turn, Jason's trying to get up to Michael Murray in that 48 machine. That 48 machine is a good throwback paint scheme right there. That's like a Throwback Thursday type paint scheme. As we venture further back into the pack, you got Gus Moody in the 84 Valvoline. As you see Jason Raymond kick that car sideways. That's a great job holding on to that car. You got Keith Mack in the chromed out number 55 with the hunter green 55 color on the side of it. Let's see what else we got going on back here. Ricky Barbary. He's another good driver out here right now. And they are stacked up behind him. You got Brian Blake leading the charge with the 85 of Kenny McKenzie. The 93 of Patrick Devin. And the 22 is going to send that car around. And that's going to bring out a caution for these guys. So those drivers up front, you know, they didn't want to see the caution. But Devin, he liked to see the caution. He hated to be the car, but he liked to have the caution come out. As you see some heavy right side damage to that car. And he's going to spin that car out just trying to get back around. So I'm not exactly sure what he is doing here. These drivers, they do have one fast repair in the pits. So that is something they can lean on. But let's go back up to the front of the pack and see if we got clean cars up here. So Thomas in that 13 machine. Man, that car is beautiful. That car is just beautiful. Let's give a highlight to some of these cars. Christian Pittman, he's going to elect to go down pit road and try to get some fuel. Let's bring him up in the booth and let's holler at Christian and see what he's thinking here. Christian, this is Tanner in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
So I see that you elected to go down pit road. Is this a fuel call right here?
Oh, yeah, it's a quick fuel pit strategy here. We don't have any tires, so if I can fill the car up now, it should cycle me back to the front when everybody else has to come down and take their fuel.
Okay, let's go.
Are you confident in your speed and your ability once you get back here in the back of the pack? And you lost a lot of track position right there.
Being that it's more of a tire race than it is trying to just get to the front, I think I'm going to just kind of be patient and try to just manage my tires the best I can and go from there. But according to what I got left in the fuel, I roughly have about 130. I can go about 140 laps. So we're right on the money. So maybe one more caution and we should be good.
All right, then, Christian. Well, I'll tell you, I wish you luck, buddy. And maybe we'll be talking to that number 14 McConey Setup Shop car at the end of this race, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you, man.
So, Christian Pittman playing a little bit of strategy car right there. He brought that car in, took some fuel. 150 laps. These cars, they're not able to make it. So, unless there's a lot of cautions tonight, you will need fuel at some point. So, Christian Pittman elected to do that early. Yes, it's only lap 10 whenever he went down, but if you got to get it, you might as well get it when the opportunity is there. That's going to allow Josh Sexton in that 51 MF Racing Designs, the butt kicker McConey Setup Shop Toyota Camry, to be put on that front line. And you see the light still on the pace car. It's going to pull them around one more time at least. Let's get a look at some of these rides as they go by. So you've seen Thomas Axel, you've seen Joshua Sexton, Michael Murray, and the throwback number 48 machine. That's a good looking car, even though it's plain, but it's a good looking car. But so far, I think my favorite car of the night has to be Jason Raymond in that 44 machine. I mean, that thing is a beauty. An absolute beauty. I'm normally not a fan of green on these paint cars, but man, the tire barn, the way the logo looks and everything, that is a beautiful car. So whoever painted that car, kudos to them. Let's check the pace car real quick, see if the lights are off. So the lights are off on the pace car. We're going racing this time by. We'll catch up and look at the rest of the paint schemes if we have another break in the action. But for right now, you got Thomas Axum, P1, Joshua Sexton, P2, Jason Raymond's rolling off P4. They are going, and Michael Murray, they're going to be waiting for this pace car to make a hard left-hand turn on the pit road. As you see, Thomas Axum, he don't make him wait this time. He's going to take the jump, and that's going to bring Michael along side by side with Joshua Sexton, battling it out for P2. Further back in the pack, behind Jason Raymond in that 44 machine, you see the 84. He's diving down low of Keith Mack. There's cars everywhere in the back. Let's see if we can get a better camera angle to try to see if we can get this battle. As you see, almost 3 wide going into 3 or 4. That's not going to work out. As you see another car in the back, they're getting loose, and there's going to be a wreck in the wall. 84 got into the wall. There's a wreck somewhere on track. Man, there was action everywhere. Oh, Brian Blake. So that was one of the drivers I saw get loose a while ago. Let's see if we can rewind this back and see what happened here, folks. There you see the 80 machine, it gets loose. He starts to save it, but that purple car, I'm not sure who that was. The purple car just was not going to let him save it. And that's an unfortunate break for old Brian Blake there in the 80 machine. Let's see. It's Patrick in the 93. Let's go cockpit cam. Let's see what he sees out of his windshield. So you see, I mean, you see the 80 car. The 80 car is getting loose. There's not really nothing Patrick can really do here. Yes, he could come to a stop, but you got to think there's people behind him. Just gets in the back of him, and that car, it was so upset already and so off kilter that as soon as it took that impact in the back, he was gone. So we see a busy pit lane now. So that makes me think that drivers are aware of their fuel, and then you got some drivers coming down pit road to fix their damage. You got Brian Lofton, Carson Lofton, I mean. He's going to elect to come down and take some fuel services. And Patrick, we will see you later. But yeah, guys, talk to me in the chat. Who you got winning tonight? Who's your pick tonight, I shall say. Like I said earlier, I'm going to have to roll with Thomas Axum in that 13 machine. He's looking really strong tonight. He put it on the pole and hasn't looked back since that green flag first fell. But as y'all know, I mean, these races, any and everything can happen. A late race caution can shake things up. And although Nashville, it is considered a short track, it is a bigger style short track. But nonetheless, it is still a short track. What that mean? It means that these drivers up in the front, at some point, if this race does get a good green flag run in it, these drivers will have to contend with lap traffic. And that's when things get interesting, because this track, it's hard to pass on. You got to be a lot faster than the guy in front of you to be able to pass, and that's hard to do in these fixed setup races. Everybody has the same setup, they have the same car, they got the same opportunity. And we hear drivers hitting under caution back here. I'm not sure what's going on here. Excuse me while I try to find out. All right, Devin, we will see you too. If you give me a second, let me speak to everybody real quick. All right, drivers, I apologize for the 2 people that have been knuckleheads already. If y'all call it out, what goes on, we will take care of it. Thank you. Y'all are looking good so far. Thomas Axum, that's a beautiful car. Jason, that is too. Good luck, y'all. As you see, them lights are off on the pace cars, getting ready to make a hard left-hander on the pit road, and we're about to be on the loud pedal again, boys. As you see Thomas Axum, he's going to make him guess on it. He gets a good jump, and that's going to allow that 44 machine. Joshua Sexton's he's actually battling pretty good, but Joshua Sexton has not had the jump that Thomas Axum has had every restart. And you see he is loud and proud. He is out the door. He's out the gate, and he's making them chase him. But Jason Raymond at that 44 machine. Jason started P5. He kind of lurked around the 5th place spot for most of this race, but he's now found his way up to P2, and he is looking really, really strong up there. You notice he's running about a half a groove higher than everybody else. And what that's allowing Jason to do is it's allowing him to get a really, really fast run off the corner. And so he might be losing a little bit of time on entry, but man, he's gaining it and then some on exit. As we cycle back further in the pack, you got Ricky Barbary right there in the 54 machine. He is knocking on the 44's door, but like I said, he gets to him a little bit, and then the 44 pulls away from him when he gets on the straightaway. That 44 machine is looking fast. He is currently chasing down Thomas Axum right now. I may need to change my pick. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but I might just need to change my pick and pick his 44 machine, Jason Raymond, because he's looking stout right now. As you hear, he waits to get on that throttle. He's waiting for that car to rotate. And you can feel it as a driver. A lot of these wheels that we have, steering wheels we have, you can feel it when that car settles. And it's that chassis finally rolling over, and it's just the weight is settling. You know that's when it's time to get on that loud pedal and try to get that speed back. As you see Thomas Axum at his windshield, Thomas is actually electing to run a little bit further down in 3 and 4. And even in 1 and 2, he's running a little bit down lower. And Jason Raymond, he's driving it off in there, boys. He is driving it deep off in there, trying to get to Thomas Axum. As we see Axum in that 13 machine kind of getting to the wall. We have a caution out back, and the 54 machine was actually next to Jason Raymond, side by side right then. I'm not sure where the caution was at. Let's see if we can find a driver. I'm not sure where the caution was at there, guys. But either way, nonetheless, the caution is out. And man, oh man, I tell you, one driver's happy that caution came out was that 44 machine, because he had the 54 of Ricky knocking on his door. Let's rewind that back and see if we can catch that battle real quick. Yes, I mean, right there, the caution's coming out when they're entering turn 3 and 4. So they're coming off 2 right here. And we was in the cockpit of Jason Raymond, so you see what them drivers see out the windshield. They don't see nothing when the guy's right there at the side. And boy, oh boy, bad timing for the 54 machine to have that caution come out when it did. As we go back live here, let's check out pit lane. Let's see if we have any takers down pit lane. Joshua Sexton in the 51 machine is going to elect to go down pit lane here. I like the call. I do. Yes, you're going to lose a little bit of track position, but with there not being that many drivers in this race here tonight, you got to think the chances of a long green flag run are coming, and I don't think there's been enough caution laps thus far to ensure that you can make it on fuel. As we start going through the field to try to check out some paint schemes, you got Christian Pittman in the 14 MF Racing Designs McConey Setup Shop blue Toyota Camry. That car is beautiful. That car right there, I mean, it has a twinkle to it in the daytime, and then, man, it glistens at night. It's wild. Then we got Brian Blake in the 80 machine. The Bad Frog Beer. I've never heard of that, but it's a Dodge Charger body. That's something that you don't see a whole lot on these super late models, a Dodge Charger body. Another good-looking car. Then you got Frank in the 09 iRacing scheme. That's a basic scheme, but I like it. I like the color designs, red, white, and blue. We're just one day past Independence Day, so happy 4th of July, everybody. I hope y'all had a good time. I'm sure. Excuse me, I had hiccups. I'm sure some of you are hung over right now after a long night, but hopefully a good night of racing will cure that. And then Brian Lofton in the 19 machine. That's another good-looking car. And fun fact for the guys at home that didn't know this, Brian Lofton, his actual name's Carson. He's 13 years old, so he's really young, but he gets out here and he wheels these cars, and you would think he's a grown man out here the way he drives, because he's a really, really, really fast driver. Then you got Kenny McKenzie. He's got some slight damage, Kenny does, on the left front, so that's something to watch out for with that 85 machine. And then you have Gus Moody in the 84. That's the Kyle Larson NASCAR scheme replica, basically. Bill Petroff in the 27. I like that car. That's a good-looking car, black acid. And then, of course, Joshua Sexton in the 51, elected to pit, and Keith Mack in the 55. I would see them lights go off on a pace car. Something else we do in this series. So, if you're looking for a super late model series, Monday nights, Crooked Line Racing, fixed setup series, It's one of the most competitive series that I've ever actually had a chance to run in. But we offer lane choice to the leader, and you see Thomas Axon's going to use that to his advantage to take the outside lane here. As he makes him wait till the green flag comes out, Thomas Axon, but inside lane, outside lane, it don't matter. He's able to get that good jump, and the 54 sells it off in there and actually washes Christian Pittman up the hill. Christian Pittman, he's a very, very fast driver, and he's that type of driver you're going to push around too many times. So 54 machine better be conscious of that if that 14 machine gets back to his bumper. As you see cars jockeying for position in the back, what's happened here, folks, we've had some drivers that elected to go down pit road. They lost their track position, so now you got some faster guys that's at the back of the pack, and they're trying to make some moves because, yes, it is 150 laps, but you don't have a lot of time to be patient and just ride around. As you see double file right there, and Joshua Sexton making a move on Gus Moody. He's currently got his eyes synced on the 27 machine out in front of him. But there is racing all on this track right now. As the 09 actually gets up a little high, that's going to allow the 27 to get down underneath him. Not able to fully get there, though. But the 09, he is still, he's being great right now. He's giving that guy below him a lot of room. He's almost giving him too much room. He's shooting himself in his foot. But that's a good thing to do because people remember that. So if you race somebody clean, maybe they'll race you clean at the end of the race. As you see that 51 machine, Joshua Sexton, he is trying his hardest to get around a 51 machine. And you see the 95, I believe it was, got loose right then, but he was able to save that machine. And then Joshua Sexton gets into the back of the 51 machine. Or the 51 machine got into the back of him. Ooh, I don't know about that. Joshua Sexton, you want to interview?
Who?
You.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just going to stay right here. Joshua Sexton's standing in the booth. You got a copy?
I hear you.
So, I was calling that action right there. I actually just switched over there to your point of view, and you're a buddy of mine, so I can say this. And you got some damage up front now, Bubba. What happened there? Did you get in a little bit too hot? He check up?
Yeah, I got in there. I mean, I felt like I got in there normal, but either way, I ran him over, so it's my fault. He was probably just checking up early, saving his tires, and I didn't expect it to get, for him to check up that slow, so it's still my fault there.
I know I shouldn't do this, but you're a teammate, and I will. You might want to look at expiring a fast repair, Josh. I don't know what your RPMs are like, but you got quite a bit of damage up front.
Yeah, I'll check into it. We'll see what happens here.
Keith Mack, it's Tanner. You got a copy?
Hey, Tanner, how are you?
I'm doing good, Bubba. So I talked to you before the race a little bit, and you said your game plan was just, in order to finish first, at first you got to finish. So, meaning you're just going to ride around, let the battle of attrition wear off in front of you, and you were just going to try to be there at the end. You've had a decent race. You actually found yourself up front a while ago due to some pit call. How are you liking your chances at winning $25 now?
Well, I feel pretty good about it. I ended up qualifying 7th, which was a good spot for me. And then I did a little gas strategy. I think it's going to push me back up when some of these guys up front have to hit for gas. I think it's going to move me back up and put me in a good position for the finish.
Keith, we talked to Christian earlier. Normally I wouldn't say this, but y'all are in the same channel, so y'all probably already know this anyways. But Christian had the same outlook. That caution came out on lap 10, and he elected to go ahead and come down pit road. And these races, the way they happen. I mean, they always start out a little messy when you get about 16, 17, 18 cars out there. But as people start to wreck and leave, a long green flag run's coming. So, if you already got your fuel covered for the race, then you're sitting pretty good.
Yeah, interesting. Christian actually had a lot less gas when he pitted. I think 3 laps before me. He was actually 2 gallons under me already. I think he drinks it when he races.
That's what it is, Keith. He has a straw going through the tank and to the fuel cell. That's right. So there's Keith Mack coming with the not only the racing entertainment, but the comedy for the night, too. Hopefully we can get Keith to wreck out and he'll come up and join us in the booth.
That'll happen if Josh gets behind me.
I know. Tell me about it. All right, guys. Keith, Joshua Carson, and Christian, I'm going back up in the booth. Good luck, fellas, and I'll be here talking to you at the end, maybe. As you see, the lights are still on the pace car. They have just now went off. We're going green flag racing this time by. I look for Jason Raymond in that 44 machine. He's not going to let Thomas Axon walk away from him this time on this restart. Thomas, he's not playing games on the restart. He's doing it how he's supposed to do it, and I applaud Thomas for that. Thomas is really, really fast. You talk to people about Thomas, and they tell you one thing every single time. He's one of the fastest guys on iRacing. And there's a reason why people say that, and because it's true. I mean, look at him. He put it on the pole, and he's led every lap so far. So let's see if Jason or the 54 or the 14 of Christopher Pittman, let's see if they got anything for him as we go green flag racing here. As they get on the loud pedal, Jason Raymond actually spun the tires a little bit and went up, and I'm not sure if there was contact created or not, but look at the 54 machine. The 54 machine is trying to get there to the 44 machine. As you see, single file action on further back, but they are still racing hot and heavy up towards the front. As Christian Pittman actually gets a little nudge right then, and I'm not sure if he made contact with the wall or not, but I know he's not happy after getting shoved up by the 54. I've actually never seen this 54 race ever, but as a broadcaster, I like seeing the aggression. I mean, he is on tilt right now. He's on go. With Carson Lofton, that 19 machine, that's that 13-year-old kid. You know he's wanting to go. I love seeing the young guys come out here and race. I mean, that's the future of racing right there, guys. So it's awesome to see him come in and wheel his machine. I thought there was going to be contact between him and the 54 machine, but they was able to keep it clean. As we have another caution down on the speedway somewhere. I'm sorry, guys. I'm losing my voice being up here by myself. I've called these races before, but this time's different. We see a heavy, heavy smoke presence up on the front straightaway. If I had a producer with me, I'd be able to tell you where the caution was or who it was, but we can cycle through and see if we can find a heavily damaged car. It could have been Keith Mack, possibly. Let's rewind this back a little bit, and we'll see. We'll go back a lap and see. Oh, I think I saw who it was, actually. Let's watch behind Keith right here. It's Joshua Sexton getting loose. Joshua Sexton got the car loose, and lucky for him, the caution did fall, but there's where your caution came out. Joshua Sexton there. We just talked to him. I think he's trying to push too hard right now. Joshua Sexton is normally one that is calm, cool, and collected. You heard me tell him that I thought he probably should use his fast repair. You can tell he elected not to. Still some pretty significant damage on the right side of that car. Trying to wait and see if he's going to take his fast repair here or not. Nope. He did not take his fast repair. As you see, Ricky Barbary, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. The 54 machine, he's been super, super aggressive all night. So it's going to be interesting. Ricky get put back in the back of the pack here and see if that aggression pays off. Because, you know, if you get back here in the back of the pack, you have a lot of cars out your windshield. So that's a lot of cars you got to pass. And you don't want to make a lot of enemies with them guys on a short track. Because on a short track, you will see that your rival again, so to say. Well, we got this break into action. I want to send a shout out to our premier sponsor, MF Racing Designs. That's Michael Falk over at MF Racing Designs on Facebook. He has done the 14 machines paint scheme, and he did the 51 paint scheme. If you see that big MF logo on the front of the car, then you know the rest of that car is going to be a beauty. That's MF Racing Designs. Mention Five Kings Motorsports or Tanner Marr whenever you talk to him, and you never know, he might hook you up with a great discount. Once again, that's MF Racing Designs over on Facebook. As we go back up here to the leader, lights are still on the pace car. Lights should shut off this time by, if I had to guess. As we await to see. Currently coming to lap 50 here, so these boys are not even halfway through the race yet. And I've seen some guys that are really pushing out there, and we talked about it earlier. No extra set of tires, so you got to really be careful with your tires. You cannot go out here and just turn the fastest laps possible, because if you do, by lap 140, 150, you're going to be way, way off the pace. As you see Thomas Axum, he's actually elected to start on the high side the last few restarts, but this time he switched it up, went down low. We got people hitting in the back. I'm not sure who that was. As you see, Thomas gets a great jump, and that's going to allow Carson to almost get there to the 44, but that 44 machine, he was not sleeping that time. He didn't spin his tires, had no issue firing off right then. He fired off really strong. As you see the pack behind them, they're trying to sort it out. They're still double file in parts of the field back there. With Jason Raymond, he's currently leading. He's got the P2 in front of Carson Lofton and Christian Pittman there. These top 5 drivers right here, they've been pretty consistent all night. I mean, you've had a shakeup of a few, but for the most part, it's been the Christian, Carson, Jason, and Thomas Axiom show. As you see some double file action back here between Kenny McKenzie and Brian Blake. And, ooh, I thought them drivers were going to make contact, because Brian Blake looked like he got a little bit of loose coming off. Or Kenny McKenzie, excuse me, I apologize for that. But Kenny McKenzie, he is using that apron. He's using every bit of this racetrack, folks, trying to get past that 48 machine. Another thing to watch out for, this is a transition race, folks. So what that means is this track's going to get cooler as the race goes on. So we started this, I think it was 82 degrees. We're down to 80 degrees right now. 2 degrees in air temp don't sound like a whole lot, but 2 degrees in terms of the track temp, it's not going to make a huge difference, but it's definitely going to make a difference. Track's going to have a little bit more grip in it as this night goes on, especially as the sun starts to set and it gets dark. As you see McKenzie, he is still trying. He is trying his hardest to get past that 48 machine, but that 48 machine is getting such a great drive off on exit that it's not allowing McKenzie to actually get underneath him and clear himself. I love when these drivers can battle like this, but at some point, that 85 machine, he's going to get impatient. Everybody does it. Whenever you know you're faster than that guy in front of you, you keep getting back there to him, but you're just not able to get around him. It gets frustrating. As we have a caution out, I heard Mayhem in the back of the pack. Let's see who we got here. We have the 09 of Frank Slow, and oh, Bill, and the 27 machine. Don't put it into the wall, Bill. He's got the pack coming. Oh, that's unfortunate. So, Bill, unfortunately, the 27 machine is going to go a lap down here. Let's see if we can rewind this back and see what transpired here. Ooh. Just from looking at the replay right there, it looked like he climbed up the wall. So he goes high right here. It gives 51 of Joshua Sexton plenty of room. And the car just walks up the hill. And when it does, ooh, tough break for the 84 machine and the 09 machine. And Barbary. All of them drivers left with nowhere to go. And the 27 machine just gets into the outside wall. He was trying to give Josh a little bit of room. And I think what happened here, I think he got up in the marbles and just ultimately left nowhere to go for Gus Moody. Let's see if we can go out the cockpit here and we'll watch this 27 car. He's up the track. He's loose right there. He's chasing the car a little bit. So Gus Moody's trying to capitalize on that mistake, and boom, just nowhere to go, and then it just turns into a parking lot after that. That's a product right there, folks, of short track racing. I mean, that is short track racing at its finest right there. As we see, we got Gus Moody on pit road, and then that's Ricky electing to go down pit lane here. Christian Pittman, I saw your comment saying you're saving tires super hard. Do you think you have something for Jason, Brian, or Thomas as these laps start to wind?
Yeah, I do. Hopefully, watching them right now, they're really running the car hard and coming off 2 and 4. They're really sliding that right rear tire, so I'm hoping they're going to keep burning their stuff up here, and with about 25 laps to go, we pounce real hard and try to see what we can do.
Now, Christian, me being up in the booth, it's hard to tell, but just from the eye test, it looks like y'all are getting a little bit tight now in the middle of the corner, and that's actually kicking the car loose on the exit. Is my eyes deceiving me, or is that how it's feeling.
That's definitely what's going on right now. But I'm trying to lift really early right now and try to save the tires best I can, but definitely can see him sliding on corner exit, especially off turn 4.
Alrighty, Christian. Well, I'm going to go back up in the booth, and maybe when y'all finish in the top 3, we'll get it first-hand perspective from y'all at the end of the race.
10-4.
My voice is shot, too, by the way. Like, we're not even halfway through this race yet, voice. As you see Ricky right there in the 54 machine, I think he's just trying to get some damage fixed, not use his fast repair. Which that's smart because there still is a lot of racing left to go as he was able to edge out the pace car in the field right there and not go a lap down. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cars still out here. So there's still a good field out here. And I mean, it's like 12 fast cars too. There's not no field fillers here. As you see Carson Lofton, he's going to be on the outside with Jason Raymond starting P3. A little bit shake up towards the front as you see Thomas Axum. That's the one thing that's been a constant all night. Thomas Axum gets another great jump on Carson. And I hear contact in the back of the pack. That may be a pileup right there, folks. Normally, if you wreck them like that on the start, it's normally bad. Ooh, Joshua Sexton and the 09 machine. Hopefully, Joshua Sexton has that fast repair still to burn. But, yeah, let's see. Let's watch this back and see what happens here. It looks like Joshua Sexton just gets ran over. And I'm going to say the 27 of Bill just TKO'd Josh. I mean, the 27 of Bill just went into Josh and did not get off of him. Josh, I mean, coming from the booth up here, I think you just got wrecked intentionally.
I don't know. I don't know what happened, but somebody ran into the back of me as we were taking the green. And then
didn't get off of you.
Got me sideways and just hit me again until I spun out the rest of the way. So, and I got a lot of damage. So I'll take my fast repair and see what we can do.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, that's the driver that you got into a while ago. And by the way that looked, I don't want him playing in our sandbox anymore. So,
well, I actually got into Bill Petrie.
That was the guy that hit you. That was the guy that ran you over on the start right there.
I thought it was Ricky who was behind me.
I've watched the replay twice now on the stream.
So you're saying the 27 car?
It was the 27. Now look, we'll wind it back one more time for the stream to see, but just so I know I'm not going crazy. But yes, I've watched it. Yes, he's lining up right here behind you. You are entering 3 and 4 right here, Josh. And what it is, he goes way early, but then he's swerving back and forth trying to get you, and then he finally does get you. And,
okay.
And then just sends you for a ride. So, Bill Petrie, I'm sorry, but I don't condone that in our sandbox. So, we'll see you later.
10-4.
All right, guys.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't know that.
I'm going back up in the booth. Maybe I won't have to come back down here and talk to y'all again.
Tanner, more important, you get some gas strategy taken by the leader.
Huh? What? You just talk so fast?
There's some gas strategy just played. Our leader actually just pitted for gas. I don't know if you caught that.
I did not. Thank you, Keith, for that. Yeah. So we got a new leader, Carson. Carson, you're up in here. No, you're not either. You left. Never mind. So Carson is actually the race leader now. So a complete shakeup up to the front of the pack with Thomas Axum going to get some fuel. But yeah, guys, so we kicked that driver because, one, yes, he was involved in an incident earlier. And then, two, he could have kept from wrecking the 51 right then. I mean, plain as day, could have kept from wrecking the 51 right then. He got on him, and he never once got off of him to give him a chance to save the car. And we're not going to condone that. We're not going to let that ride. It's a fun run, yes, but there is some money on the line. $25 is not a lot of money to anybody, but it's $25 at the end of the day. So we're coming to lap 69 here. I'm pretty sure lights are off on the pace car. Let's check that pace car out. Lights are off on the pace car, and I think we're going single file here because they did not complete a lap. So, man, oh man, that's going to be a good for Carson Lofton. He rides him up into the marbles. And Carson Lofton, he's able to get a great jump. But look at this. Jason Raymond, the 44, he's looking underneath Christian Pittman, but not able to make it stick. That single file restart, that really hurts people towards the back of the pack. And I'm telling you, it's going to be fireworks towards the middle of the pack with Thomas Axum trying to make his way back up through the field. As we do this right here, let's do a turn it up and let y'all hear what the drivers hear. Oh, and we are back, folks, from the Turn It Up segment, brought to you by BAM Racing Videos, and that's going to be Kenny McKenzie going for a wild ride down the backstretch, folks. A wild ride. Let's get our sound together here one more time. Let's get this fixed up one more time for us. We'll go back and watch that, folks, because that was crazy right there. Let's get us a different camera angle right here, and man, oh man, what a wild ride for that 50 or the 85 machine of Kenny McKenzie. You seen he was able to make the pass on the 14 machine fairly cleanly. And just climbs up the wall and cannot get off of it. Look at that, guys. That is a wild, wild ride. But, you know, there's one good thing about that. He was able to get back up on his wheels, so he's not going to have to tow, but he better hope he has a fast repair after that one. Let's try to go to a cockpit cam real quick, guys. We go back and we're going to watch that. What a wild, wild ride. Wait 1 second. Let's get some sound where we can hear what he was hearing. So you see right here, he just can't get the car to ever grab grip. Gets into the wall. And then, man, oh man, if you're in virtual reality right here, you're getting a headache. Wild, wild ride for that 85 machine of Kenny McKenzie. Hopefully that driver has a fast repair and he's able to get his car fixed and not lose anything. Let's check his car out. See, it's looking clean, guys. So there you go. Nice while we offer a fast repair. A lot of people don't like the fast repair. It's actually... I mean, there's people that like it and there's people that hate it. I, for one, I like it just because it is, we are sim racing at the end of the day. Meaning we're racing online, connection issues happen and stuff like that. We've done some big money races up for like $1,000 to win and stuff like that before. So if you get wrecked in one of them races over a connection problem and you don't have a fast repair, that's tough. I mean, that's a tough way to go. So we put the fast repair out there. We don't do it to encourage drivers to drive over their head or drive reckless. We do it for stuff like that right there. So McKenzie wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just racing. Made a slight mistake. Got up into the outside wall and then went for a wild ride. By the point he hit the wall the first time, he was out of control. There was nothing he could do. He was just along for the ride. But luckily, thanks to the good folks at Crooked Line Racing, we gave him a fast repair. And he's able to still continue. Without that fast repair, his night would basically be over. I mean, he's virtually done. So the fast repair, it's basically a mulligan in golf terms. As you see, who's made their way up to P4, Thomas Axum, currently running P4 after taking a pit stop earlier by himself. Really lost a lot of track position earlier. As these lights go off on the pace car, you're going to see Carson. He's going to try to get a good jump because he wants to get away from that 44, 48, and 13 machine. And he gets a decent jump, but not really, though, because the 44, normally we've seen drivers clear. Whoever is the starting car, whoever's in first. And we got mayhem in the back as the 54 machine goes around. But normally, when we see these restarts, it's whoever is the control car. They get a good jump, and normally they're able to clear that car on their outside or inside. And he just wasn't able to clear him in. Well, let's cycle back here and see what happened on this replay here as the 54 machine went for a ride going into turn 1 and 2 there. He's pushing really hard here. He's trying to get around that 09 machine. He forces it 3 wide, so I'm going to have to put that on the 54. You put your nose in a weird spot. I mean, that's basically, that comes with the saying, if you play stupid games, you might win a stupid prize. He went 3 wide at a short track. I understand why he did it. He's trying to get everything he can on these restarts, and ultimately it just didn't pay off that time. And I do believe he should be out of a fast repair, but let's just wait and see. I have not seen his car get fixed yet. So he's going to try to let his crewmen essentially fix that car. You can't see it right now, but if I had my graphics cranked, there'd be crewmen running around here trying to fix his car. So that's what he's electing to do. And he's actually going to try to beat the pace car out. I don't think he's going to beat that pace car out. It's going to be close, folks. It's going to be really close. I think he got it. He made it out in front of the pace car. So as long as the lights are... Oh, he might get a black flag there for stepping over the line. Let's see. I think he's still good. It's a good looking car, that 54 machine is. As we see the lights still on the pace car. I look for Ricky maybe to pull back down pit lane here and try to get a little bit more damage fixed unless they go 1 to go here. It looks like he started to go down, but no, they're not 1 to go. So I'm surprised he didn't go down to elect to get more of his car fixed. As you see, Thomas Axum, he's going to be starting P3. He's going to have that inside lane on this restart right here. That's going to be something to watch. He's going to have to be careful with the 44 machine and the 19 machine because they are just as fast as him. Thomas has shown he has race-winning speed and pace all night. But it's a different ball game when you're not out front and got clean air. He currently is going to have the 19, the 44 out of his windshield when they go green flag racing this time by. Lights are off on the pace car. And they should go single file right here, if I do recall, just because the caution came out before they completed a lap. So yes, they will be single file here. So that's another good break for that 19 machine of Carson. He's going to look to get a good jump and create a little bit of separation between him and the 44 machine. As we see, he fires off early this time. He don't wait on it this time. He gets a great jump. And man, oh man, that camera view we just saw, that looks like real life when they go by there. I've been to this track many times sitting about where that camera's at. When they fire off on them single file restarts, that's exactly what it looks like. Them single file restarts, it keeps everything kind of tame, but then it also makes aggressive drivers be a little bit more aggressive because you can't make that pass initially on the restart like you could. You see the 44 machine, he's currently looking underneath Carson in the 19. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it stick or not. He's going to be door to door with him. He's not going to be able to clear him. Carson got him cleared as they enter in 3 and 4, but that 44 machine is looking strong as he closed the gap in on that 19 machine there. And as they are racing hard, that's allowing the 13 machine to actually walk his way closer up there to him. So that 13 machine, he's telling them boys, y'all race it out, but I'm coming. As you see, the 44 machine gets side by side with the 19 again, but that inside lane just cannot prevail. You don't get enough momentum coming off the corner. And that 13 machine, that's going to open the door for the 13 to look to the outside. He's going to do a crossover move coming out of 2. But that's going to put him in the position of trying to make it clear off the bottom, and that's just a tough task. As you see, things have gotten a little bit tame. Let's go back through the field a little bit. Christian Pittman currently trying to drive these drivers down. As you see, Keith Mack actually getting to the wall a little bit there. That 55 machine is taking a beating on the right side of that car. And you see, that's Brian Blake in the 80 machine getting sideways, but able to save that car. That was a good save, and he is still fighting that car, folks. He is right up there in the wall. He's up in there in the trash and in the marbles and all that. As I think we're going to have a caution on the speedway, I thought I heard carnage there. Oh man, this is heating up towards the front. The 13 is looking underneath the 44 again. Thomas Axum, he is going to try to make it stick. The 44 gives him plenty of room, but just gets such a pull down the backstretch. The 13's not able to clear itself, but the 44 goes a little high. This is going to open the door for the 13 to try to get by him right here. He's still not going to be able to clear him as that 44 machine gets such a pull off the high side on the exit. These drivers are still battling side by side here. And I tell you what, Carson Lofton in that 19 machine, he loves seeing these drivers battle side by side. As the 44 got his stuff cleared right then, so the 13 machine got by the 44. That's going to put Thomas Axum in that 13 machine P2. As that 13 machine, he's trying to close the door on that 19 machine, but that Carson Lofton, he's not going to let him by easy. He's going to run the middle of the track like what he's doing here. That's not going to give. He's going to try not to give Thomas Axum that high side. If he's going to pass him, it's going to have to be on the low side. But you can do it. Thomas Axum's proved it can be done. But you got to almost wait for that guy that's ahead of you to almost make a mistake. As we're coming close to the park, the action has heated up front. It's heated up towards the back. We've had tempers flaring tonight. It's been awesome over here calling this action over here on the 5 Kings Motorsports YouTube channel. As you see Thomas Axum, that 13 machine, he's looking down underneath the 19. The 19 gets loose. They're going to go side by side going into turn 3 and 4. If the 19 is able to fight him off right here, he's going to have to get a launch. But I think the 13 car is going to clear him, and Thomas Axum back to the lead spot. So Thomas Axum, he started on the pole. He led for like the first 50, 60, 70 laps, and he elected to go get some fuel. As Carson gets loose as can be, but he's able to wheel that machine. Them brake rotors on the 19 machine are glowing red hot where he's on them brakes hard. But Thomas Axum, he led the first 50, 60, 70 laps, and he saw he needed to take some fuel to make it to the end. So he gave up his track position of being up front to go get some fuel. They put him behind the 8-ball, put him back in the pack. But as you see here, he's made up that and then some whenever he comes back to take that lead spot. As you see, lap traffic is just now starting to play a factor as we have a decent green flag run. As you see Thomas Axum go around him. Let's see what the onboard shot here looks like with Thomas. You see, every time he turns that wheel to the right, folks, on the exit, that means he's catching the car. The car's getting a little bit loose on him. He's trying to keep it from spinning out, but also maintain his speed as he comes out of the corner. It's a weird feeling, guys, to be turning left, but your wheels turn right. But that's what you got to do. As they say in racing, to be fast, loose is fast. And it's a fine line. You're always on that fine edge whenever you're wheeling these cars around. These super late models, they have so much power. They're not real heavy that whenever you push that loud pedal, that throttle in, it starts to knock them rear tires off. And that's what we're seeing here. He's battling it lap after lap after lap. Let's check on with we'll check with Carson here, Brian Lofton, to see how he's handling it. You see, he's really working that wheel there. And that's more of a driving style type thing. So a lot of people don't put that much wheel input into it. They just don't. I myself, I try not to put that much wheel input into it. But as you see there, Carson He is really willing that machine. He's trying to get every little bit out of the car that he can, but look out ahead. Thomas Axel's getting smaller and smaller out his windshield. Let's check on third place, Christian Pittman. Now, Christian Pittman, he is a Five Kings Motorsports driver, as you know, and he's really, really fast, but he's really, really aggressive in the car. He's about, I don't know. He'll tell you himself he goes 110% every lap. It don't matter what lap it is, and that's a good thing. That's why Christian Pittman, that 14 machine, wins a lot of races, because he constantly goes. So let's see how he's working that car. Pretty similar to Carson up there in front of him. He's really, really working that car on the exit. But I do notice that he's not turning the car to the left nearly as much as Carson is. So that's telling me that Carson is... Oh, and Carson's going to get spun off Christian, but I don't think that was on Christian. I think that was Carson. He just kept coming down on him. I mean, we will go back and watch that, folks, but I don't think... If we had race control giving EOLs, I don't think you can put that EOL on Christian. Let's check it out here as they go into the corner. Oh, this is what I was talking to you about, guys. This is network right here. Watch. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer shot. Look right here. That shot ain't gonna tell us. I can't get a camera view of it, guys, but I can tell from the look of it right here. Now, granted, these cars may have touched, but look right there. There's daylight in between them two cars. That was netcode without a shadow of a doubt. Y'all may have touched after the netcode, you know. Like, if netcode didn't happen, maybe y'all would have touched. But netcode did y'all no favors. So that's what I was talking about earlier, guys, with the fast repair. You have stuff like that. Granted, now, if netcode didn't happen right then, and what we mean by netcode is stuff like that. Well, there's clearly space in between the cars, yet iRacing thinks they touch. And it don't happen a whole lot, but it does happen. I mean, we're racing in our living room, in our underwear, you know? I mean, stuff can happen like that. But that's why we offer a fast repair. It's for situations and scenarios like that right there. Luckily, Carson was able to keep the car somewhat under control. Didn't get a lot of damage, but that's going to put him... He's P5 now after leading the race. So, you know, Carson, he's going to get up on that wheel, and he's going to try to drive that sucker back to the front. I can see the point man, Thomas Jackson, with that pink machine. He's I would have to say he's been the fastest all night. I mean, granted, we've had different leaders and stuff like that, but we've heard from Christian Pittman. He told us around lap 80 that he's saving his tires super hard. He's not pushing the car. As a matter of fact, we'll try to get a word with Pittman real quick since the lights are on the pace car still. Maybe we pull him in here. Maybe we'll get him pulled in here and he's not talking already. Christian, this is Tanner up in the booth. You got a copy?
What was that, Bubba?
So you told me earlier around like lap 70, 80 that you were saving tires really, really good. I mean, like really heavy. You wasn't pushing the car very much. Do you think you have something for Axum as we go green here?
I really do, because Jason and Carson, they were both fast and pretty much staying with him, and I came up on them really quick, so I'm not going to push right when we go back green. I'm going to try to bait him in and see if I can make him work a little bit harder on the tires, but I think we got a pretty good opportunity.
So I jumped in the cockpit while ago. Lights are off on pace car, so I'll make it short, but I jumped into the cockpit while ago just comparing cockpits, and he's definitely getting tight in the center of the corner, I can see, but he's also really, really smooth on the wheel. So I don't know if he's using his tires a lot. I don't know if y'all are all battling the tightness, but just a little heads up on that.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great show for you here, Tanner.
All right, good luck, buddy. There you go, Christian Pittman. You heard he was ready to get back into his race team and get back to going green here. As you see Thomas Jackson, he's going to make him wait, and then he's going to fire off strong. The 48's going to try to get underneath Christian Pittman, but that's been the story of the night. That third place guy, he tries to get there underneath second place, but just not able to make it stick. As you see Christian Pittman, he had a nose to the outside of Thomas Jackson, going to try to crossover, but not able to make it stick. Thomas Axel gets such a pull, but you see Christian Pittman, he's sticking right there with Axel tonight, and that's something that a lot of drivers have not been able to do tonight. Thomas Axel, once he gets out front and gets that clean air on the nose of his car, he pretty much sets sail like that. But you see Christian Pittman and himself currently create a little bit of gap over third place. And I hear a wreck behind them. Not sure if that's going to bring out a caution or not, but I did hear carnage behind them. Excuse me, folks. Sorry. Man, oh man, I am losing my voice. It's been fun bringing the action here tonight, but calling these races by yourself, it's a task nonetheless. As we're coming up close to about 30 or so laps to go. We're going to lap 117 right now. Race 150 laps. So at this point now, folks, this is when the tires are at their worst. I mean, you're 117, 118 laps in, and you're really feeling the fall off now. As you see, Thomas Axel, his rotors are glowing in the front. So that's telling me he's using them brake pedals quite a bit. I hear some more action going on behind him. I see Christian Pittman get a little loose right then. If we go to the right in the cockpit and just see what Christian's seeing out his windshield right here, this gives a good perspective of how much banking this track really has. It has a lot of banking, and man, when you look at it in real life, it looks like it has even more banking. That's why this track is so fast. Like I said earlier, it's classified as a short track, and it drives like a short track, but it's a super fast short track. As you see there, they're going 90 miles per hour in the corners. Let's see what he hits on the straightaway. Hitting about 130, 131 on the straightaway. Let's check out old Thomas Axel on his cockpit. We'll see what he hits. So you see Thomas goes down to about 86 in the corner. Gets himself up to 131 on the end of the straightaway. So, and that's with old tires, 122 lap old tires. So that's pretty good to maintain that type of pace as the race goes on. As we drop back further in the field, Michael Murray, he's been one constant so far tonight up front too. And you see old Carson Lofton and that 19 machine. He led a lot of laps here tonight and currently finds himself in P4 with Kenny McKenzie trailing him slightly a little bit further behind in that 85 machine. It's a good looking car as well, but Kenny McKenzie's trying to find his way back up to the front. You got the 44 looking down below him now. 44, Jason Raymond. I don't know if he's led laps tonight, but man, he's been up front all night. He's currently rolling. He just took P4 away, or P5 away, excuse me, and that's going to allow Joshua Sexton to get underneath the 85 machine. I'm not sure if y'all caught that or not, but going down the front stretch, the 85 machine, he's actually into the wall again. So that 85 machine's gotten to the wall a few times now. As you see, the Joshua Sexton 51 machine slowly but surely trying to work his way up to the front. I've also noticed these drivers are electing to run a little bit further down in 1 and 2, whereas in 3 and 4, you see they're about a whole car length up in 3 and 4. But watch him on 1 and 2 here. Joshua Sexton, he's going to drive it all the way down that yellow line. And of course he didn't this time because that's the commentary curse. I mentioned it's not going to happen. As we zoom back into the drivers up front here, whenever iRacing finds it out, there we go. Thomas Axel still leading over Christian Pittman here. He's got a lead of just about half a second almost, about 5/10 over Christian Pittman here. So these laps, if this goes green here, this race won't take very much longer. These laps are going to start to wind down, and now's when you got to quit saving and you got to start going. And I know Christian Pittman, he's wanting to go now. He's very smart. He knows when it's time to really put in that extra gear. It's funny how racers, they go out here, they do 149 laps. Within that 150 lap, they can pick up 2/10 just because you're racing. I can't explain it. I don't know why it is or how it happens, but it does. And I know Christian right now, he is really pushing that car. Let's go back on board with Christian Pittman and see how he's wheeling that machine. I can tell Christian's getting a little tight on center there. You hear him kind of feather the throttle a little bit. Listen, he's going to push it in, let out. You hear? He's having to modulate the throttle a little bit. What it is, he's getting tight on the entry and the center of the corner. He's pushing right there, so he's trying to add more wheel into it to make the exit. And when he's doing that, it's getting the car loose when it does unload on the exit. As caution is out on the speedway again. Something else we didn't talk about. This is Nashville Fairgrounds. This is one of the bumpiest tracks on the service. Watch him as he comes in turn 1 here. See if he hits the bump here. I want you to see this car unload. See how that car's bouncing up and down right now? And there's a really, really bad bump right there out of 3 and 4. Or 1 and 2, excuse me. And that bump, if you hit it wrong, it can upset the car so bad that you're either going to get really loose and you're going to spin out, or you're going to get tight like we've seen here tonight, and they're going to push up into that outside wall. As Christian Pittman sends me the message, here we go. Let's jump down there and we'll talk to them boys one more time. See what they have to say as they're coming up on about 15 or so laps to go whenever we get done here. Thomas Axum takes the top. Joshua Sexton ain't talked to you much tonight. You're currently sitting P5. You said you won the top 5. You liking your chances right now?
Yeah, I'm like my chances. I got to get better restarts. I've been pretty lackadaisical on the restarts, but trying to save tires. Pretty good over the long run, so I have to get a better restart, and then I think we can survive. I think it'll be pretty good.
Do me a favor and spell lackadaisical real quick.
L-A.
I'm just playing. Shut up. Carson, this is Tanner in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you led a lot of this race, or not a lot, but you led some laps up there, and then Christian Pittman you and him kind of got tangled up due to net code. Are you looking to just ride and take your P3 here, or you wanting to get that trophy and get that top dog position?
Well, I hope to get up there and get the trophy and all, but I ain't sure how much tire I got left, but I guess we'll see what we got here.
I tell you what, you're in the best spot because you got Christian Pittman. Christian will tell you firsthand he's really aggressive. Thomas is really aggressive, so you might just find yourself in the catbird seat here, buddy. If they get to racing really hard, you never know what can happen.
Yes, sir.
Keith Mack, you're being quiet down there. What you got for me?
I still like where I'm sitting back here. I ran the top 5 for a little bit. I believe I just moved up to 6 because I think someone just dropped out. I feel pretty good. The car just disappeared. I'm sitting right behind Josh here, and I've actually been pretty good in the restart. So I'm hoping if I can squeak by him here, you never know what's going to happen.
Race has been fairly messy tonight, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it's been good racing messy. It hasn't been messy because drivers have been messy. It's been hard racing.
So I've noticed, and I'm sure Chris and Josh, all y'all can attest to this, that bottom is virtually non-existent to pass on, ain't it? It's so hard to get that run off.
It's interesting, but I turned my fastest laps when I'm down there.
I think what it is, Keith, whenever you get down there and you got somebody above you, you just can't put the power down. If you put the power down, you're going to wreck them. But the lights are off on the pace car. Thomas Axum at 13 machine going to elect to start up high. Christian Pittman starting down low. It's about to be fireworks, boys. You got Joshua Sexton rolling off in P5, and Carson rolling off P3. So we'll be here at the end talking to y'all. Good luck.
Hey, how is he P5 and I'm on the outside of the 7s on 48 who pitted outside?
I don't know. As we see here, lights are off on the pace car. Makes that hard left turn. Let's see if I can get to the right people. The 19 of Carson, he is pushing the 14. He wants to go, go, go. And then look now, that 44 machine of Jason Raymond is up there now. He's going to throw his name in the hat. As you see Thomas Axum, man, I am losing my voice. Thomas Axum gets a great restart. They are battling up front, and that's allowing Thomas Axum to walk away from him. If Christian Pittman thinks he has anything for Thomas in that 13 machine, he better go now. As you see the 13 and the 14 leading the field around with Jason Raymond in that 44 machine, currently right on the back bumper of the 14 machine, but getting there is a whole nother story when it comes to getting there versus passing them. So getting there is the easy part of the job. Passing them is when it becomes a task. As we see these drivers, they are battling for everything they got now. $25 on the line, brought to you by 5 Kings Motorsports. As we're coming up close to the 10 to go, brought to you by BAM Racing Videos. And that's another caution flag. that's going to really shake things up here as we'll for sure be within 10 laps to go whenever we go back green flag racing. As I'm not exactly sure what transpired here. I really have waited too long to even go back, so we'll let it ride. And I hear people still hitting in the back. Brian Blake, I think he was involved. We'll go back and try to find it. We'll see what happened here. Whoa. I think we got a driver that got turned on the straightaway. That's going to be Gus Moody behind him in the Valvoline 84 machine. Oh, no, excuse me. I am very, very wrong. Gus is a very, very, very innocent bystander there with just nowhere to go whenever Brian Blake got into the wall there in that 80 machine. I think we did this. This gives me deja vu because we did the same thing with Gus earlier. We went to his cockpit and watched what happens here. That 80 machine gets up into the wall and ultimately just nowhere to go for Gus. See if Gus gets a copy if we try to talk to him. Gus Moody, this is Tanner in the booth. You got a copy? No copy. See if Axum wants a interview real quick.
Lucky dog coming on.
Oh, you say my name? My bad. I can.
No, Thomas, I didn't say you. I was going to interview you, but I think the lights are off on the pace car, aren't they?
2 to green.
Oh, okay, Thomas. Well, you've had that 13 machine up front all night long. I mean, you elected to take fuel, like, because you had to, but you're back up front after starting in the pole position. You're going to have under 10 laps to go. I'm sure you like your chances pretty good at winning this race tonight, don't you?
Yeah, it's coming a couple laps ago. I mean, the car definitely got tight. I did really good saves for the first 75. When I hit it to fuel, I only used 5% on my right side tires. It was pretty unreal, and that's what the goal was. And now we're here, and definitely put myself in a very, very good position.
Well, Thomas, normally we don't do public interviews like that, but race is almost over. We're having fun up in the booth tonight, buddy. And if you win or finish in the top 3, just jump in our Discord if you don't care. Good luck, guys. There you go, Thomas. I mean, he told you. He saved his tires the first of the run. But now, tires or no tires, this race is about to get interesting here, folks. We're going to have 7 laps to go at the line when they cross this time by. Thomas Axum's going to try to get a good jump. Thomas Axum does get a good jump, but Christian gets a good jump as well. But look at that. Thomas Axum gets by him, and that's going to allow the 44 machine to get underneath Christian Pittman. But Christian Pittman on the outside is going to be able to drive away from him. And we got a car sideways in the back. I think that's Keith Mack in the back. Hopefully he gets that car going straight so no caution is going to fall. Christian Pittman, he is trying to steal Thomas Axum's lunch money right here. Thomas Axum's led this whole race. Thomas has saved tires. Christian said he saved tires. So it's going to come down to who saved the most tires. We got carnage in the back. The 48 machine just getting turned.
How many green white checkers we got? 2, 3?
Just carnage.
Sure it's 3.
10, 4.
I thought we were going to have to use them all that Tuesday night last week at Richmond.
Let's see what happens.
We're pretty well.
Yeah,
the 19 machine.
We were going to go like 4 wide.
19 machine.
Oh, we were 4 wide. For like 6.
Let me turn this down. So the 48 tags, the 19 machine.
I love that track.
The 48 tags, the 19 machine, and the 48 or the 19 just not able to really ever gain full control of his car, and then just mayhem after that, folks.
sign up for 2 years, it's $110. But if you want to renew for 2 years and you already own all the content, it's $199. Like, that's just not fair.
Yeah, it's really dumb. It really is. I just had to renew mine last week.
Yeah, I was trying to wait. I was going to wait till race day tomorrow. I saw this in Facebook group, and I was like, you know what? Let's get after it. Put it in the 1 month. It's like, I swear, I thought I used to pay $99 for 2 years. Now it's $110 for 1 year. Man, times changed.
It's Biden's fault. Somehow. I'm just playing. Good luck, gentlemen. Alright, guys. Green, white, checker time right here. This is where the drivers make their money. $25 on the line. Brought to you by 5 Kings Motorsports. This green, white checker is brought to you by McConey Setup Shop. Visit McConeySetupShop.com. Use promo code 5Kings. Get yourself 10% off. Get you a heck of a deal. And then if you want to be fast but also look fast, MF Racing Designs over on Facebook. Michael Fogg, he'll hook you up. Give you a sweet looking ride. As you see, the lights are still on that pace car. We're going around one more time. I have a feeling this is going to be it right here. I think we're only going to need one attempt. And if I'm Jason Raymond, I'm sitting. He's got to think he's sitting really good right now, Jason Raymond. He's played his cards right. He has a clean car still. Car still looks beautiful. So, you know, he's looking to look out that windshield of his and see that 13 machine get to racing hard side by side. You never know what could happen. Third place guy may sneak up and win this race right here, as the lights are still on the pace car. Is it just me, or is this caution lasting forever?
It may never end.
Thomas, you rolling with the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
So Axum's going to take the bottom here. He's kind of kept him honest all night. Sometimes he takes the bottom, sometimes he takes the hot, sometimes he takes the top. And I wasn't live right then. I can't lie, bro. I wasn't live. I'm sorry I talked right before y'all went green.
No, you're good. No, we were before green. We weren't green yet. Oh, we got one more chance after this.
Yeah, there you have it. One more green, white checker attempt.
Yeah, one more shot, guys.
One more attempt. They're going to try it one more time. As you see, Carson Lofton actually apologized to the drivers right there and told him that that was his bad. So, I mean, we can go back and try to look at it and see if we can find Carson and see what happened here. Wind it back. Ooh. Uh-oh. So, storyline. The 48 and the 19 got into it a while ago. Remember? So, let's see what transpires here. If he wrecked him intentionally, I want to have a talk with Carson. Hopefully it's just hard racing here at the end. Kind of gets into him a little bit. That's a hard one to gauge. As a race control admin, those are the calls you don't want to make. He shouldn't have hit him. He shouldn't have been there, really. But you're green, white checker. You're racing hard. He thought he had an opening down there, and the door wasn't there. It was open for a split second, and then it was closed again. So, tough break for both drivers involved there, but I almost call that no harm, no foul. As we are getting really, really close now, guys. We're getting close. Let's see if the lights shut off on that beautiful Ford Mustang. It would look even better if it was a Chevy Camaro. The lights stay on the pace car. We're going to be going around one more time at least before they get to re-rack them and try again. the way iRacing overtimes work are the same as in NASCAR in real life. They get 3 attempts. So after this attempt right here, they get 1 more attempt. If they make it around, or if they don't make it around, if they get a caution before the white flag comes, that's the race. It's over.
Holy crap. You see the guy in Nashville, the car that tossed the live fireworks to the war chute and just started blowing up?
I heard about it. That's why I live.
Dude, I just watched this on Facebook. The white Nissan, he just rolled up to him and then tossed it in there right into the guy's lap and started popping. That's foul.
So when we was like 16, we took a sleeve of firecrackers and threw it in some guy's.
Single file, single file, single file, single file.
Tanner, make sure you're live. We're in 3.
I got you. Single file, boys. Good luck. They're going single file because they didn't complete a lap. So this is going to get interesting right here. That's what Thomas Axelman, that 13 machine, wants to see. You see Christian Pittman drive right up there to his bumper and look behind. Oh boy, they're about to be racing really hard. I just hope they can make it back. As you see the 44 looking underneath Christian Pittman in the 14 machine. Let's see if he's able to make it stick. As Christian actually bobbles a little bit there. That's allowing Thomas Axelman to kind of walk away from the field here a little bit. Ooh. We got a driver getting loose back here. That is Kenny McKenzie getting loose, and that's going to allow Brian Blake to get right there to his back bumper. And the 44 machine is completely sideways. We got drivers into the wall. We got drivers going everywhere. But Thomas is going to bring home.
I did it.
Thomas brought it home,
So did I.
P1.
Good
Good job, guys. Good job. Great.
Wow, Christian, that was your fastest lap of the race, that last lap. Thomas, you too. All right, drivers. Crooked Line Racing. Check us out on Facebook. Get you in a Monday Night Fix Series League for super late models. Every race is broadcasted live by a professional broadcaster. And if you finish in the top 3, please make your way into our Discord. So there you have it, Thomas Axelman.
Yeah, 13, that was one hell of a job, man. You can definitely wheel a car on here.
Thomas Axelman was able to
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
drive his way up to the front after taking fuel, and it paid off. He's race winner. Christian Pittman brought it home P2, Jason Raymond P3, Kenny McKenzie P4, Joshua Sexton rounding out the top 5. Then you got Brian Blake finishing 6th, Keith Mack finishing 7th, Carson Lofton finishing 8th, Michael Murray finishing 9th, and Gus Moody finishing 10th. 11th is Frank. 12th is Ricky Barbary. 13th, Bill Petrov. 14th, Nathan Smith. 15th, Devin. 16th, Patrick. And rest of them did not race. Let's see if we can find our top 3. Get them in here for a quick little interview real quick. We'll pull in. We'll go ahead and pull in third place finisher of the night, Mr. Jason Raymond in the 44 machine. This is Tanner Moore up in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure.
Jason, first things first. Dude, that car is beautiful, man. I love that paint scheme you got.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I got it. I really do. I talked about it all night tonight, how much I like that paint scheme. So, kudos to that. I really like the scheme. But, man, you had great speed all night. Like you qualified P5, or where'd you qualify? Yeah, you qualified P5, but I feel like you never fell outside like the top 3 tonight. Did you think maybe you had a shot at getting to Axel if you ever got around Christian Pittman?
I feel like I had a good chance there. I just after that run, my car got super loose, and I was having to hesitate on the throttle a little more, so they would kind of gap me off the exit. But it was a good race. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I saw coming out of turn 2 on that very last lap there, Jason, you got super loose. That there's a little transition, like a little hill right there on exit that it's hard to see with your eyes, but man, you feel it in the corner.
Yeah, definitely. I had my spotter in my ear yelling at me to save it.
Yeah, it was you was wicked sideways.
I just kept my foot in it and hoped it would straighten him back out.
That's just full send mode at that point, then, huh?
Sure.
Well, Jason, you race with us on Monday nights. You race with us on Tuesday nights. So I know we'll see you again. We go to the Tour Modifieds at Myrtle Beach tomorrow. I'm sure you're ready for that. But before I cut you loose out of here, you got any sponsors or shout outs you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I got to thank, first of all, 3 Wide Designs for that awesome paint job. Got to thank the Barn Package Store, American Sleeve Bearing, and Tile Tooth Floor and Wall Coverings.
Right on, Jason. Well, congratulations to you, buddy, and give his sponsors a look on Facebook or wherever. And Jason, I'm sure we'll be talking to you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Christian Pittman, this is Tanner Marr in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
So we spoke with you some throughout the race, and you thought maybe you saved enough tire, but then you heard Thomas say towards the end of the race that he was saving tires as well, whereas everybody else looked like they were really pushing. There was only about 2 drivers that actually stick with Axe on that race. You and Jason was able to kind of fish him in and make him a little bit uncomfortable. If you think you could have got a better, I think what it got you was the restarts at the end. If you think you could have got a better restart there, you think maybe you could have battled him?
The second to last restart, I got a really good restart and tried to turn underneath him coming off 2 and got a caution.
I saw it.
But to be honest, I think he was a little bit quicker. When we had that about 20 lap run there towards the end, he pulled out to a 7/10 second lead, and I couldn't really run him down. So he definitely was faster and managed the tires better than me. But if I would have got to the inside of him, maybe I'd have been able to make it stick. But the cars were really tight in the center of the corner, so he probably would have been able to drive back around me. I don't know. It was a good race, but he definitely was on rails.
You know what's crazy? I'm sitting here looking at the results page right now, Christian and Thomas. I mean, peek behind the curtain. They're both in here listening. Kenny McKenzie actually had the best average lap time tonight with a 29.146. Axum came home with a 29.216, and Pittman, you came home with a 29.220. So really, really, really close average lap times there. Now, granted, cautions kind of skew that or whatever, but I mean, grand scheme of things, y'all are actually really close on speed when it came over to the long runs.
Yeah, I think if I maybe would have managed my tires just a smidge better, maybe we'd have had a shot for him. But I mean, he was in the 18.2s and we were in the 18.3s, so I would have had to have tried to find another tenth to really stay with him. But overall, it was a good race and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, kudos to both of you guys. I mean, you look at this list right here. Y'all had y'all's best laps on 158. So that's pretty remarkable. But Christian, you got any sponsors or shots you want to throw out there?
Yeah, of course. I want to thank my grandparents as always, my dad and my girlfriend. 5 Kings Motorsports as always. McConey Setup Shop, check those guys out. They provide some really good setups. Butt Kicker, MF Racing Designs. He makes all the paints for us and they're really good. Savage Edge, hit him up for all your t-shirts and sticker needs. And then you, Crooked Line, of course, and you, Tanner, for putting on the broadcast tonight. I took time out of your night to do it for us.
As a team owner, I'm really proud of you. You hit all the sponsors. Good job.
Thank you.
I feel like you got them wrote down.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That's Christian Pittman brought it home P2 tonight. And then the man of the night, Thomas Axum. He was killing them on restarts, and not only that, he was killing them on race pace. And I mean, just put on a hell of a race. Thomas Axum is standing in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
So I mean, I've seen your name a lot across iRacing. You finally just now caught us in the beginning of the season. You got in here with us and racing, and you've been a force to be reckoned with since you joined us. I'd like to think these series are pretty competitive, but man, if Axum shows up at 13 machine, it's normally up front, and no different tonight. Coming into the night, is Nashville one of your stronger tracks?
Fun fact, when Nashville came out, I immediately was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. I saw a hosted race. It was just like this. It was $25 to win All-American 400 fixed iRacing setup. It was fixed 400-lap race with 1 set of tires. So I've already ran 200 laps with the same set of tires around there. So I knew what it was going to do after 100. I knew how tight it was going to be.
Right.
So yeah, just to have a little bit of experience from that, definitely played big factor. I knew to save until I got. There was no need to race until I got fuel. Then it was charged to the front. But I definitely would like to say I was able to dominate, but there was definitely some guys in there that if they were in front of me, I don't know if passing would have been an easy task because it was just very hard to pass there. And like he said a little bit ago, do you have the guy underneath you? You pinch him a little bit, they just get to run off. It doesn't matter how much fast you are, even if it's 2/10 to left, you can't pass him. It just doesn't stick. So I got lucky with my pitch strategy to make my way through and find my way up front to control the restarts at the end to really take control of the race.
You definitely controlled the race, and I see you're from New England, so just a little behind the scenes. This is mine and Christian's actual home track, and you see it in real life here, Thomas, a lot. Whoever gets out front, when they get that clean air on their nose, now granted, I mean, you're faster, you were fast tonight, but when they get that clean air in their nose in real life, it's almost like they pick up an extra tenth there. I don't know why that is, but I mean, clean air it showed to prevail tonight for you. It helped you out at least, and you brought home P1. So congratulations to winning the fun run. $25 richer, not a lot of money, but a little money, And we'll see you tomorrow at Myrtle Beach. But before I cut you out, you got any sponsors or shout-outs you want to throw out there?
Absolutely. I just got to give a shout out to you guys. Last second, I saw on Facebook where you guys are, throwing this little race together if anyone wants to come out there. And then I saw you guys saying any of the guys can join. So since I've been running with you guys on Tuesdays, I thought, hey, I'm going to go out there and get some supers. And so just a little shout out to you and for the broadcast. Give us a little show to watch later on. Shout out to my competitors in that race right there. That was a lot. Christian, Jason, Brian Lofton. Running a really clean race up front there. Even if it was a small group, it was a good, clean, small group for all the people I missed there. Then my sponsors as well. Studio 10 Wraps Designs, Center. Every car just sends them to me. Doesn't even tell me, just sends them to me.
That's awesome.
And Peter Bernier's Liquors. Yeah, it's twins all my cars. He knows what I like, and he just does it for me. And just again, shout out to you guys. And then 5 Kings Motorsports, the sponsor for tonight. Can't forget them, because without them we wouldn't be here, right? So shout out to 5 Kings Motorsports. Yes, we have a team.
Right on. Well, thank you, Thomas, for that. And I tell you, brother, I'm glad we got you in here, and I love seeing you battle that on Tuesday nights. Like I would love to be out there racing. I got asked to be in a broadcast booth. I'd do it because I enjoy it, But I would much rather be out there racing because y'all boys put on a show each and every week. So we'll see you tomorrow at Myrtle Beach. But for tonight, you won at the fairgrounds. So congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir. Start and tail tomorrow night. Going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Tune in tomorrow night.
That's going to be rough at Myrtle Beach, I think. But I think you'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right, then, guys. That's Thomas Axum, your race winner here tonight. It's been Tanner Marr up in the booth up at 5 Kings Motorsports. We thank y'all for tuning in for us. Give a shout out to McConey Setup Shop, MF Racing Designs, The Butt Kicker, Raise Energy, Savage Edge, FB's Button Box. And then, other than that, we're all good. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed it. It's a very bare bones broadcast when we get together and do this. We threw it together at the very last minute. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope you had as much fun as what I had up in the booth. Thank you for spending this hour and a half with me. And until next time, it's been 5 Kings Motorsports, Tanner Marr, the owner. I'll catch you later.